Hello, everyone. You're welcome to Study Destination once again. If you are new to this channel, I will just advise you or I would like you to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the subscription button and you'll be able to receive most of our content anytime we upload a new video. And then you can also try to contact us through this email. And if you have anything you want from mentoring to reviewing all your documents, we can do that for you free of charge. We're not here to make money. We just want to make sure that you are able to go through your um, application and then get your preferred school and with funding. So this time around, we want to just look at how you can prepare yourself to get, a good interview if you have a potential supervisor who wants to interact with you. Okay, so let's dive directly into the content. Okay, so mostly this come after you have done your code emails, and then your professor wants to have a virtual interaction with you. In most cases, maybe if you are in the state, you can travel to the school, but most of the time you are not there and you can just do some virtual interaction. Okay, so in case you're still struggling on how to reach out to these professors, I will want you to look into our channel, then search for code emails. You'll find a very good content on how to contact potential supervisors, whether you are a master's or PhD student. But most of the time, I will advise that the PhD student will do that in most of the time. But as the master student, as you do that, it also increases your chances. So instead of putting a lot of applications without contacting any supervisor, the best way is to do that, even though it's not a strict requirement for most of the program, but experience have shown that you always need some of these things to make your way easier into the program. So we continue to advise you, and so many people have done that. And in fact, the responses that we're getting from these supervisors are very encouraging. So if you are yet to do that, I will advise you to do it because it's going to help you. So I'm actually doing this video because of the demand. People are getting good responses and they want to prepare themselves for the graduate interview. Okay, so let's dive deep into that. So things that you have to consider if you got in such an opportunity. Okay, so before you even get into the day, these are some of the things you need to do. Okay, the first one is that you make sure that your time zone is very correct. Okay, because we have so many time zones in America or USA or maybe different countries. So make sure that you're having the same time zone or your time zone is very correct. You are not missing, else you miss the time, because even in America, we have some states that are 4 hours apart from each other. So you want to make sure that you're getting the time zone correct. I know what I'm saying because myself, I've missed an interview, right? Because I couldn't do the date well. And it's very tricky. Sometimes, even when the invitation is sent to you, you will be using the normal time that you're looking at, the distance between you and that state. But maybe the Zoom link will convert the time directly that will match your time. So you need to check all these things and be very sure before you miss. I know a lot of people miss their time in it. It could be only one opportunity, especially even if it is not the supervisor who is doing it, and maybe it's the graduate committee that is setting that I mean uh interview with you, and they want to check you if you were the one who actually did the application. Okay, if you miss this interview, because you have a pool of applicants, if you miss this interview, that is also, please get um, your time very well. Okay, and then get a good environment, note the interaction. Okay, it is your responsibility. It's not their responsibility to get a good place for you. It is your sole responsibility to make sure that there is no disturbance. If you have children, you have to make sure that you have a good place that they are not coming to disturb you. You make sure that you have a good internet and then a strong one, of course. You can't complain of your internet because it's worse everywhere. Even your country might be better than different places, but it is your responsibility. So if it means that you need to increase your bundle strength, you need to make sure that you get it. Okay. And then you test your platform. Which one of them are you going to use? Is it FaceTime? Is it Zoom? Is it Google Meet? Make sure that you have this time. Is it Teams? You make sure that you have it. Maybe do set a meeting with your friend. Maybe you'll be using your phone all the time, but this time you want to be on the laptop. You want to make sure that you are testing this to make sure that everything is going on well before the time. These are things that you need to prepare way before the detail. So no two ways about this. Make sure that you test all these things and make sure that you have these things done before then. It is not the supervisor's duty to get some of these things for you so that your meeting will be successful. It is your responsibility. So make sure that you get these things done well. Okay. Then the focus of the meeting. What are you supposed to do? Okay. So the first thing is that most of the time you tell the professors, oh, I've read about your research area and blah blah blah. Now the person is saying that, okay, I want to meet you. Go back immediately. You receive this email. Go back and read about the professor's emails, research areas. Look at his current project and read at least choose one of the publications that you think that you really understand. Okay. And then design some questions. Okay. The second thing is that mostly they want to look at your research experience. So please revise your research project. If you have what do you call it, writing assignment, writing work or something like your dissertation, maybe some project you have done. Okay, try to go back and then revise them. And if it is possible, please put them into our PowerPoint, and I'll show you how to use the PowerPoint in the latter part. Okay, so especially if you already did your dissertation, you did what do you call it, defense, you make sure that you squeeze this defense PowerPoint into maybe some 10 pages. Okay, and that will be good material to present it during this meeting. So these are the things that you need to do. Okay, then during the meeting, okay, what are you supposed to do? So for the first thing, you make sure that you are there on time, maybe 5 to 2 minutes before time, because there could be some internet interruption. So you don't wait until if it is 10 o'clock before you enter, maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, except that maybe the person, you'll be on the wait room for the person to get you in. At least be properly dressed. Don't try to impress them that much. Don't go and wear in coats, but just be properly dressed. Okay, it's not a time to show how beautiful you are. Just be properly dressed, and then be vocal. Okay, be bold enough. They just want to know, because you're a graduate person, graduate student, you're applying for graduate. Be bold. Okay, be vocal. Okay, they will, and most of the time, especially when it comes to interview with the graduate committee. Okay, if it's not even the supervisor but the graduate committee, they want to look at your command in the English language. Okay, so please, you make sure that you not fumble as much as possible. Okay, and then be honest with what you don't know and what you know. Okay, try as much as possible not to over impress them. But if you don't know, or you say, oh, I don't know, I'll look into this because I have time to prepare myself for this. Okay, so during the meeting, these are some of the things that you need to take note of. Then possible questions. Okay, so in most of the time, this is the main deal. Okay, self introduction. Okay, so they will ask, oh, okay, introduce yourself. So don't be tense over here. This is where you need to own the conversation. So you introduce yourself mostly with your educational background. Okay, don't not about how many children or your age or no. So go straight away. Okay, my name is Moses. And currently I am in maybe Ivory Coast, and by the way, yeah. So you can just say, oh, okay. So can you introduce? Oh, my name is Moses. I'm in currently in Ivory Coast in Abidjan. If you don't know, maybe Abidjan is the capital town of maybe Ivory Coast, and we are in the West Africa. In Africa, I mean, we're part of West Africa. It's Ivory Coast is a West African country. Okay, so I have my degree in maths and stats, and then I also just completed my master's in project management. Okay, so you this is your degree, and then you talk about, okay, currently I'm working as a project manager in MTN, where we do this and do that. Okay, so this is a brief introduction, which is very good. You can use about 1 to 2 minutes to do that. Okay, and most of the time they will want to ask you about your research background. Okay, so in case this is the best time for you to show them what you have done. Okay, so in case they ask you, what is your research, do you have some research background? Oh yes. So if you have your thesis, okay, you can mostly, oh, can I want to do I have your permission to share my recent thesis with you? Okay, so you do your PowerPoint presentation most of the time, but you want to make sure that you don't take much time. It could be maybe some 20 minutes time that they are allotted for you. So but it will most of the time go longer depending on how interesting the conversation becomes. Okay, so you want to tell them that, okay, have research experience. Then, once before sharing maybe your thesis, you will tell them, oh, even in my bachelor's, I did this, and then I have the opportunity to also research into this during my internship, and then I have this experience here, but I would like to share my current research experience. So you go through your thesis. Mostly, you want to look at the first pages, first slide, your thesis, the title, and then your supervisor and blah blah blah. The first one, introduction. What was the thesis about? Then your objectives. Second page. Then method. What method did you use for your analysis or the techniques? Then you go straight to your results. So it should be maximum of 10 pages. So because you want to use about 5 to 8 minutes to kill that. So if you do this, they will now ask you a lot of questions, okay? And it will take much time, and then you'll be able to win the professor's heart. So please always advise that get this into a PowerPoint, and then it will help you. I mean, they can also ask you why that program and blah, blah, blah. Why do you want to do this program? What is your motivation? And then you should be able to explain to them. I mean, this is what we have explained. You'll be writing in your statement of purpose. So this is the time to explain to the professor, okay, I'm interested in that. And I think that I've seen your work, which is doing this, especially this and that. Then every bit of your CV, anything that you have put into your CV, they may now pull your CV and they ask. So I just wrote some few stuff, but most of the things will be based on your CV. So try as much as possible to make sure that everything you have written in your CV, you can explain and explain them in detail. So because of the video, I will not go much into this. So these are the possible questions they may ask you, and then they can also ask a question that they may ask you. Okay, what are some of the questions that you want to ask? So over here, you want to make sure that you really have read, okay, but you're trying to reframe or some of the things that you've read in the graduate website. Okay, so you can tell them, okay, so I'm really interested in your program, and I want to know, okay, so I know that your program is the PhD program is maybe 6 years or the 5 years, but what are the possibilities? What average time people complete? Is it the same 5 years, or does it extend? Or people can I complete early? Do you understand some of these questions? Okay, you can also now. This is the time for you to ask a question. Okay, you read a paper and then ask, oh yeah, I have a question on your paper. On this article that you published in 2023, and then in this work you use these techniques to do this and to do that. But what about this one? Did you consider this? And then or it's something you will be doing in the future. I was also thinking this method could also work. Is it something that um you are considering? Do you understand? Can we also do it this way? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? So the person will say, oh, okay, the person has really read my work. Okay. So these are some of the questions that you need to prepare yourself. Then you can ask about the funding. For you can say, oh, okay, so with this funding, am I going to teach, or I'm only going to do a research assistance and blah blah blah? Okay, okay, you answer, okay. So when I apply to, when are the decision period, so that I'm looking at when I will be able to make sure that I can join you on time. And then you can ask, okay, so if I want to specialize in this program, okay, so what are the areas? So the person will be, you can ask some of these questions. Yeah. And any other question that you think is not answered in the graduate school. Okay. So you'll be able to, if you do some of these things, you'll be able to get a good interaction with the professors, and they will be very impressed. And if this happens, what the person, after this interview, the professor is going to talk with the graduate school coordinator, and then try to um, move your application very fast. Okay, so these are the things that you need to describe. I know this is not exhaustive. I mean, there could be 1,001 questions, but this is some of my experiences, and then the interviews I've had so far, and then what my friends have also gotten. These are the things that I think that if you do and you do well, you will be able to get a good supervisor who help you so that you facilitate your application and you can get a good funding, and then you can come, and it's one of the best way we do. So please, once again, I will ask you to subscribe to the channel so that we can get a large audience and then help people as much as possible. Don't forget, our aim is to make sure that everybody get into the graduate school, and then your ambition will be realized. So stay tuned, and then we're going to give you so much exciting content, okay? So that hopefully next year we're going to see you um, in whichever destination you have chosen to study. Thank you so much for listening to and watching to this episode. And then I will see you again. Thank you. Thank you so much.